The attack on Pearl Harbor, which occurred on December 7, 1941, was a significant event that changed the course of World War II and had a profound impact on the United States. It was a surprise military strike launched by the Imperial Japanese Navy against the United States naval base at Pearl Harbor, located on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. The attack was part of Japan's larger strategy to secure dominance in the Pacific region and protect its access to vital resources in Southeast Asia. The Japanese military believed that a preemptive strike on the U.S. Pacific Fleet would weaken American resolve and deter any potential interference in their expansion plans. In the months leading up to the attack, tensions between Japan and the United States had been escalating due to Japan's aggressive actions in China and its occupation of French Indochina. The U.S. government responded by imposing economic sanctions and an oil embargo on Japan, which severely limited their access to crucial resources. To execute the attack, the Japanese Navy assembled a task force consisting of 6 aircraft carriers, supported by cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. The fleet sailed towards Hawaii undetected, evading U.S. radar and air surveillance. At 7:55 a.m. on December 7, the first wave of Japanese aircraft, comprised of bombers, torpedo planes, and fighters, began their assault on Pearl Harbor. They struck with devastating precision, targeting key military installations and naval vessels. The primary objectives of the attack were the battleships of the Pacific Fleet, which were anchored in the harbor. The Japanese aircraft unleashed torpedoes and dropped bombs on the battleships, causing catastrophic damage. The USS Arizona, hit by a bomb that penetrated its deck and ignited its ammunition magazine, suffered a catastrophic explosion and sank rapidly, taking the lives of over 1,100 crew members. The USS Oklahoma was capsized, while the USS West Virginia, USS California, and USS Nevada sustained heavy damage. Simultaneously, the Japanese planes attacked airfields and other military targets. Aircraft parked on the ground were destroyed or rendered inoperable, crippling the America. The attack also aimed to neutralize the U.S. aircraft carriers, but they happened to be absent from the harbor during the assault, as luck would have it. The attack lasted approximately 2 hours, but the damage inflicted was severe. In addition to the battleships, numerous other vessels were damaged or sunk, and more than 300 aircraft were destroyed. The loss of life was significant, with 2,403 Americans killed, including military personnel and civilians. Another 1,178 people were wounded. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a shocking and galvanizing event for the United States. The following day, on December 8, 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed Congress and declared it a date which will live in infamy. He requested a declaration of war against Japan, which was swiftly granted. The United States was thrust into World War II, joining the Allied forces in their fight against the Axis powers. The attack on Pearl Harbor had a profound impact on the American people and the nation as a whole. It united the country and transformed public sentiment from a state of isolationism to a determination to defeat the Axis powers. The event generated a wave of patriotism and a sense of national unity as the American people rallied behind the war effort. In the aftermath of the attack, the United States mobilized its military and industrial resources on an unprecedented scale. The Pacific Fleet began its recovery, and efforts were made to repair and replace damaged vessels. The United States shifted its focus to the Pacific theater, seeking to counter Japanese aggression and regain control of the Pacific. The attack on Pearl Harbor also had unintended consequences for Japan. While the assault succeeded in crippling the U.S. Pacific Fleet, it also awakened a sleeping giant. The attack on Pearl Harbor unified American resolve and commitment to victory. Ultimately, the attack on Pearl Harbor served as a turning point in World War II. The United States emerged from the devastation with a renewed sense of purpose and determination to achieve victory. It led to a shift in the balance of power in the Pacific, as the United States, along with its allies, ultimately resulted in the defeat of Japan in 1945. Alright folks, subscribe to Oddity. Adios.